Welcome back to Sports Class with Dr. K and our ongoing series on the NCAA football bowl games. We're picking all the games, so this is part 3 in that series. All right, for this final installment, we're going to be picking those games that nobody really cares about, nobody really knows about. So this is going to require me to deploy all of my expertise in making very sophisticated and knowledgeable picks in these tricky games. All right, and we're not going to have Sadie the sports picking dog in this series. Too many games. I don't want her getting too fat making those picks. All right, first up, the Makers Wanted Bahamas Bowl. Buffalo against Charlotte. After some careful thought, I'm going with Charlotte. All right, next up is the Tropical Smoothie Cafe Frisco Bowl. Utah State against Kent State. Took a lot of thinking about this one, but I'm going to go with Kent State. Next up, we've got the Celebration Bowl. This is Alcorn State against North Carolina A&T. Everybody knows who's going to win this one. I'm going with Alcorn State. All right, next up is the New Mexico Bowl. Central Michigan against San Diego State. It's a tricky one. I'm going San Diego State. All right, next up is the FBC Mortgage Cure Bowl. Liberty against Georgia Southern. Let me think about this. I'm going with Liberty. All right, next up is the Cheribundi Boca Raton Bowl. SMU against Florida Atlantic. A lot of different ways this one could go. I'm going Florida Atlantic. All right, next up is the Camellia Bowl. Florida International against Arkansas State. Going to go with Florida International. All right, next up is the R+L Carriers New Orleans Bowl. Appalachian State against UAB. Well, what are we going to do here? Let's go Appalachian State. All right, next up is the Bad Boy Mowers Gasparilla Bowl. UCF against Marshall. All kinds of different things could happen in this game. We're going UCF. Next up is the SoFi Hawai'i Bowl. Hawaii against BYU. Let's see what happens. How about BYU? All right, next up is the Walk-Ons Independence Bowl. Louisiana Tech against Miami. Let's see how this one goes here. How about Louisiana Tech? All right, next up is the Quick Lane Bowl. Pittsburgh against Eastern Michigan. Let's see how this one plays out. I'm going with Eastern Michigan. All right, next up is the SERVPRO First Responder Bowl. It's the Battle of the Westerns. Western Kentucky against Western Michigan. And let's see here. Thinking about it. All right, let's go Western Kentucky. And next up is the AutoZone Liberty Bowl. Navy versus Kansas State. Another tricky game here. I think we're going to lean towards Kansas State. All right, next up is the Nova Home Loans Arizona Bowl. Wyoming against Georgia State. Got to think about this one. It's a little tricky. How about Wyoming? Next up is the famous Idaho Potato Bowl. Ohio against Nevada. What we got here? How about Nevada? All right, next we've got the Lockheed Martin Armed Forces Bowl. Southern Miss against Tulane. That's another tough one. How about Tulane? And finally, the game we're all waiting for, January 6th, the Lending Tree Bowl. It's Louisiana against Miami of Ohio. And let's go with Louisiana. So there you have it. All 40 bowl picks. You're a sure thing if you go with these in your bowl pool. I hope you've enjoyed these videos. Let me know how it goes for you. Stay tuned. In future videos, we'll come back and do an exhaustive statistical analysis of our picks and how we're doing, and particularly how we're doing against Sadie the sports picking dog. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.